mean and unkind to him, why he gets the favor of his darshan at the end of their life, no? I understand devotees are doing japa, meditation, prayer, loving, crying, weeping. And they can see God. They can have the darshan of Bhagavan, no? But why those people like Kamsa, the cruel king who destroyed all the children, babies, thinking Krishna may be born anywhere among one of the children, no? So I did so much negative activities in life, and at the point of death, she got the darshan of Bhagavan, and they are the liberation. What is this? So that was the crucial question in this chapter. So the Raja, means the King Parikshit, is asking that he is dear to all and everyone. Then why did God act like that of a partial person who is ever blissful, who is favoring sometimes it happens that the kings, the gods are praying, and gods means the small gods. They pray, they're dethroned from their kingdom, and they go to Lord Narayan and say, please help us. No? So why these kings get favor? These gods sometimes get favor. And sometimes he likes these demons. They ultimately did all nasty things, and at the same time, compassion came and he's redeemed. Why this? Is it not partiality? God should be equal to all. Either don't give favor to anyone or don't show any disfavor to anyone. So why it happens? So we have learned that time it is for the gunas. God himself is pure. God himself is beyond all duality, sattvika, rajasika, tamasika quality. But God behaves in the world in a way, in the going to the three gunas, three qualities. Sattva quality when happens, gods get conquer in the war. You know, when sattva quality grows, then what will happen? The people, good people, they will be found to be winning ground. No? Rajas comes, then the people who are little arrogant like Kamsa and others, they get into the power. Tamas comes, so another expression. So this is the when it's true that the Lord who transcends all the gunas is birthless, free from all passions and particular partialities common to all embodied beings. But he assumes his yogamaya or power of manifestation. How? God the Absolute, by his yogamaya, by the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, he manifests himself and becomes indifferent in different places. Sattva, rajas, and tamas are the qualities of prakriti. Brahman has not sattva, rajas, tamas. Brahman is beyond. So the Atman is not affected by the modification of the gunas or prakriti. Therefore, when sattva is dominant, when sattva quality dominates, then he is found to favor the devas. People think that, oh, this is the time, the evil force, they sink, no? Only when the good administration comes, what happens? Bad people, they could not raise their power, no? Rajas comes, those who are forceful, those can manage, those can shout. The survival of the loudest. Darwin's theory of evolution. Survival of the loudest, survival of the strongest, no? Those who can do fight, they win when Rajas prevails. So he says, to favor the devas and rishis when sattva prevails. When Rajas is dominant, he is seen on the side of the Asuras. And when it is turn of the Tamas, it is Jakshas and Rakshasas. This type of the creation forces become dominant when Bhagavan works through Sattvika quality or Rajasa quality or Tamasa quality. Sattvika quality, people will be meditating, loving, caring, respecting, free from jealousy, free from anguish, and all these good qualities. Rajas will be arrogance and power, dominant, and then tamas will be dullness and insensate, but a very mean character. So, though the Lord is transcendent of Prakriti, He is reflected in the media of the attributes. Sun is sun, is reflected in the media. In a what you call mirror, it will be highest reflection. Gods are powerful, light, light, light. And if the mirror is colored little tarnished with color, the reflection will be less, and then on other characteristics and other characteristics. So this was the play of the gunas. That was the point. Then last verse we read last time that O King, the Lord, who by a mere assertion of his will can bring into being everything, creates through the instrumentality of Prakriti and Purusha, giving them as their ally and support. He manifests, called the time. When the process of time favors the expansion of Sattva quality, in time, he creates time. That's why called time-space causation. So you have time, big time. In the infinite time, he creates. And in an infinite time, when Sattva quality becomes dominant, then Mahavishnu, the present, when process of time favors the expansion of Sattva quality, then Mahavishnu also seems to promote the progress of the Sattva by allying himself with the Sattva dominated devas or gods, destroying their enemies, the Asuras, who are full of rajas and tamas. So, when God favors anyone, God does not favor anyone. Only in the period of time, cycle of time, infinite time going on, Sattvika quality dominates. Then Rajas and Tamas, they become subdued. When Rajas comes, Sattva quality, Tamas quality, they subdue. When Tamas comes up, Rajas and Sattva subdue. Look at this society when evil forces like go to different parts of the world, present condition of uh, torture going on in the name of religion, these that you find, they as if there is no military force, there is no police force. Ordinary people are being, their houses are being burned, their women are raped, they're killed and butchered. What brutality! Tamas is manifesting. And where is the Sattva quality? Where is the call of the holy people? Where is the power of the yogis, rishis? Where do they go? They're subdued. In the period of cycle of time, it sometimes tamas is up, so other two are dominant. Rajas is up. Then similarly, Sattva is not there. There, but they have no manifestation. People don't see their power in the society as if they're non-existing. We say, oh, where is the conscience of the educated people? They don't protest. Why they don't protest? When something nasty nonsense goes in the society, all the powerful writers and prolific speakers, and then who dominate in other times, where they go? Because it is tamas is dominant, so others are down. So this happens in time. God is not favoring anybody, or God is disfavoring anybody. That is the conclusion here. Now, today we read from verse number 12. In connection with this, there is a traditional narrative which was given out by Sri Narada at the Rajasuya sacrifice of Yudhishthira. When the latter questioned him for the clarification of a doubt, what was the doubt? Yudhishthira at the great Rajasuya sacrifice saw with astonishment how the totally undeserving Shishupala, the king of the Chedis, gained union with Krishna. He questioned the divine Rishi Narada, seated there as follows in the hearing of the assemblage sage. So, when he saw that this nasty person who has done so much and killing, butchering, all these irregularities in life, being a king, Shishupala, he's gained union with Krishna. He was killed and his soul merged into Krishna. Are we are doing sadhan bhajan, prayer, meditation, renunciation. Why do you do? Why do you come to temple? Where do you go to tirtha? Why do you fast? We do so much trouble. And that guy, idiot, so did lived whole life with cruelty and and arrogance, and he merged with Krishna. So, what is this going on? He asked in Rishi Narada why it is happening. Yudhishthira then said, what did he put the question? It is a wonder to me to see how this Sisupalo, an arch enemy of the divine Krishna, attained union with him, the supreme being Vasudeva, a fulfillment of which is difficult to obtain even for men of wholehearted devotion. So people with so much devotion, they are practicing, they don't get the vision of Krishna. They don't merge themselves into the Krishna. But what happens? What is this nonsense? He has done such wretched thing and he merged with Krishna. No, this is a conflicting thought and I cannot reconcile. That was the question of Yudhishthira. All of us are eager to hear the explanation of this, how Bena, who insulted the Lord, I do not know the story. What is the Bena story? I do not know. That's why you read this book, you need many history, many background history. One story, another story, then you can enjoy it. Sisupalo, we are hearing only one name. But Sisupalo, how torturous he was, how brutal he was, how he hate Krishna. If we know all this, then is your Marga. He got liberation. And then what we are doing? We should do that. We should follow like Sisupalo, become cruel and heartless and enjoy the world and reckless, and God will come at the end. Huh? So this is a doubtful question, how it happens, why it happens. This is another big philosophy of Bhagavad Shastra. The main thing response will come this, you love God in any way. By hating, you love. If you think of somebody as your enemy, you think of him more than one whom you love. I love this person. He loves me, I love him. Okay. But he is going to kill me with a gun. Oh, is he coming now? In the middle of the night, he will be wake up. Probably he's hiding somewhere. Or he has appointed somebody to kill me. So you will think of that guy day and night more intensely. That's why you are doing meditation more. This is called Vairi Bhave Sadhana. And the sadhana in the perspective of Vairi. Vairi means enmity. God is my enemy. So Kongso, Sisupal, they practice that way. Day and night they think, oh, Krishna is coming. Oh, Krishna may kill me. Oh, Krishna may be here. Krishna may be there. So they're thinking of Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So they become Krishna Maya. So whether you eat the chocolate on the right side, it will be sweet. On the left side, sweet. On the bottom side, top side. So you God, Krishna, if you love Krishna Bhagavan, in whatever way you like, with a love, devotion, crying, weeping, in the path of jnana, path of karma, etc., a path of this brutality and this and that, think of Krishna and you get liberation. So rather, those who do the negative way, they think of God much more strongly, that's why they get liberation quickly. So This sinful Shishupala, the son of Damagos, and his Dantavakra had said nothing but in vilification of the Lord Govinda ever since they began to lisp as infants. When in their lips, from the very birth, they are enemy to Krishna. Those tongues of theirs, which indulged even in cursing Mahavishnu, the immaculate Brahman, how were they spared from white leprosy? That means they did some wrong, so they should be, people will hate them. No? But why he got the glory of God realization? How were those traducers of the Most High spared from hell? And they should go to the hell because of this obnoxious uh, thinking of about bad about the Lord God of the universe. On the other hand, even while all were looking on, they got united with the Lord's being. At the end, they got united with the Lord. A consummation that is difficult for one to achieve. This is an intriguing doubt which puzzles me and agitates my mind. So please explain the rationale of it. So that was the question put to Rishi, says Narada. And then what the response came? This is the response. Turning all our passions, desires, everything towards God. So that is the way of God realization. Gopis, they loved Krishna as a lover. So they, by loving Krishna, they got Krishna darshan. Arjuna, as a friend, loved him as friend. And they are in the form of enmity. God is my enemy, thinking that way. They also got realized. But any way you love God, that's you get the same result of freedom. Sri Shuka said, listening to those words of Yudhishthira, the worshipful Rishi Narada was very pleased, and he said to the assembly, what he said? Narada said, the embodied state, which is the consequences of the inability to distinguish between Purusha and Prakriti, is meant for experience of such contrary condition as insult and praise, welcome and rejection. He took the gunas, the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, Purusha and Prakriti, with the help of he is appearing in the world. But he is always pure. He is above insult, above praise. We as human will be happy if someone praises me, unhappy if someone blames me. So we are involved. But the Lord God, he is undisturbed because he only playing the divine play with the help of the three gunas. Because of the gunas play, they behave like that. But Narayana is undisturbed. For him, insult is no value and praise has no value. When it comes to the Sattva quality, it appears one way. Of the Prakriti, Rajas quality another way, Tamas quality another way. So it is all analysis of the play of the Tamas, Sattva and Rajas, but not of God. So he says, O King, living beings feel injured. We all human beings, we feel injured when subjected to physical suffering or insult. If some physical suffering happens, say we are having some disease, some pain, some this, we feel bad. And we also feel insult. If someone insults, we feel lost as it were. No? They also feel killed when threatened with physical death. If someone gives such a, I will kill you within several days, and his life will be miserable if he has no other way to escape by thinking that they will die before death. This is due to their identification with the physical body. This is happening for us because I am identified with the physical body. Physical body suffering is my suffering. Physical body's joy is my joy. But God has no identification with the bodies. He knows he's playing through the three gunas. It is nothing happening to him. So that's why the feeling that I am this body, that is the cause of suffering. But the Supreme, who is the one without a second, who transcends the Prakriti and is the soul and controller of everything, can have no particular identification with anything or attachment to anybody. That is the beauty of God. And that is the beauty of Jivan Mukta, where all our sadhana leads to God realization. What does it mean? Means that you will live in the world, you will not be affected. There is a story. Say, Girish Ghosh, you know, what a character. He is very devoted to Ramakrishna. He is devoted, he declaring Ramakrishna as God everywhere. But he is a drunk person. Most of the time he remains in that mood. And then one day Ramakrishna sent Jogin, the boy Jogin, Jogananda, or Jogananda or Niranjana Jogananda. He sent Jogananda to Calcutta from Dakshineshwar. Well, go. And could you go to Girish Ghosh and ask for one piece of candle? And one piece of candle bringing from Jogananda, walking 4 miles to Girish Ghosh's home and then coming 4 miles back for one piece of candle. Anyhow, Ramakrishna said, so he obeyed and he went. And he was now fully drunk. And he that didn't know anything, Ramakrishna said, so he went to Girish Ghosh. And Girish similarly was in good mood. Oh, that's I'm Joganand Jogin. I'm coming from Dakshineshwar. Ramakrishna has sent me. Oh, send me. Oh, Ramakrishna. And he lay flat, lie down in the floor towards Dakshineshwar, facing towards Dakshineshwar, out of devotion, lay flat. Then he stood up. What? Then what? On the mood. He is not in himself. When one gets intoxicated, he is not in himself. First he did out of sheer love for Krishna, Ramakrishna, and he lay flat in the ground with Sastanga Pranam towards Dakshineshwar, showing the Pranam. Then he stood up. Then he, what more? Then he said, one piece candle. Candle, one piece. This Brahmin, me, poor Brahmin, he has not given up his character, begging. One piece, boom, then she's come over here. And he started using abusive language for Ramakrishna. And after doing all these things, and he is burning inside. You know? He said, why don't you just send it to me? This type of one piece of and he's using these vulgar words against Ramakrishna and this. But he said, ultimately, take one and candles. There are so many. Take one. Go. Say, and he was so upset internally. Then he came back and told Nin Mosai, take this candle. You want it. Oh, is it so? And what happened? He knows everything, but he said, what happened? He said, what happened? I went there and he started abusing me, abusing you in such vulgar language. And this. Why did you send me to that for one piece of a candle? Then he said, oh, is it only he said this? What he did tell me from the beginning. Oh, it's a dhong, and it's a show. As soon as he heard that I'm coming from Dakshineshwar, he made a show and lay flat in the ground and sastanga pranam. And then coming up in his seat, and he started abusing me, and I was so embarrassed and for his abusive language against you. My Guru Ninda is going on, and I cannot tolerate, but what can I do? So I could not do anything. Then he said, oh, see how he loves me? He said, he loves me. He abused you so much. But you Salah, you rascal, you see only scolding. You didn't see what is good side of it. First see how much he loved me, how much he respect me, that as soon as he saw me, huh, heard my name, he lay flat. You didn't notice that side? And later part is after intoxication of the, he is talking all this, is not his own voice. It is the voice of the toxic thing what was he drinking. So it is all that. See, in the Lord's eye, see, Lord God Ramakrishna saw Giri says this side. And we naturally saw the other side. So this is the point. For God, abusive or this is not. He looks at the heart. So that is the teaching. So he says, Lord who is beyond transcends the Prakriti, supreme, the supreme who is one without a second, who transcends Prakriti and is a soul and controller of everything, can have no particular identification with anything or attachment to anybody. So then the question remains, how then can cruelty and violence be attributed to him when he is chastises persons from disciplining them? If God sometimes chastises or shows love, they don't have any identification. They don't do anything out of attachment or aversion. And that is only for the good of the person. God behaves differently. Therefore, what is important is that the mind is constantly fixed in on him. It does not matter whether it is due to antagonism or friendliness. Main point is, do you love God? That's it. So he says, therefore, what is important is that the mind is constantly fixed on him. Can you remember God all the time, in whatever way, whatever relationship you can establish? Friendly relationship, Santo, Dasso, Sakko, Vatsalya, Madhura, these are great virtues. And Boiri means enmity, looking upon God as my enemy. That's also another mood. So he says, it does not matter whether it is due to antagonism or friendliness, fear or love, lust or any other passion. It does not matter. If you apply in God, everything is purifying, everything brings freedom. Through any of these, one should cease to be aware. Through any of these, one should cease to be aware of anything but God and God alone. That means whether you take any mood, loving mood, hateful mood, anger, frustration, whatever you take, it is only if it is applied to God that will redeem that person. The Bhakti school has this different moods, that's why they practice the moods, different relationship. 26th verse on page 210. It is my view, Narada says, it is my view. What is my view? That through ordinary communion of love, the mind does not get identified with him to the extent that it does through constant antagonism. As I gave the example. If you have a friend, you love him. Okay, friend is there, I am here. Okay. I have not seen him today, that's also okay. I was busy with things, I could not call him today. Okay. But if he is a cruel enemy, can kill you anywhere, no? And then you are always worried about that. Oh, is he here? Or his spies are here. Oh, there is a camera here. Or he's taking photograph here. Many people become mad like thinking, no? Someone is observing me all the time. And they even night time in their room, they cannot sleep, thinking that someone is observing, someone is doing something harm. If it happens as enemy, God is my extreme enemy, and Krishna is doing like that, Krishna is doing that, then what will happen? Your mind is getting purified by thinking of Krishna. Whatever the mind condition, it gets quickly cleaned of his own other negative ideas. The worm, this is the example he is giving on 27 verse. The worm confined to the mold on the wall by the wasp. Worm confined to the mold on the wall by the wasp, and constantly made it to think of it in anger and fear, becomes converted into the shape of the wasp itself. Why that's a belief. I do not know really it happens. The wasp, thinking of the wasp, he become wasp. Out of fear, he's thinking that this wasp will kill me, kill me, kill me. And that spider or what is it, that become converted into this. In the same way, their antagonism made persons like Sisupalo constantly think of Krishna, the supreme being, who had assumed the shape of a man through Maya. So the Shishupalo and Kamso and others, the day and night are thinking of Krishna, the Lord, God, who is the Satchidananda God. So he was thinking that he is supreme being and assumed the shape of a man through Maya, day and night thinking of him. He may kill me, he may kill me, he may kill me. So they become totally intoxicated in God. By such constant thought, their minds were purified, and they attained to Him, attained to God, attained to Krishna. Being cleansed of all their impurities by fixing their mind on the Supreme Lord through lust, it may be lust, it may be anger, fear, affection, or bhakti. Devotion properly is devotion. It is all devotion, bhakti devotion. Many have attained to this being. In the world history is there, many people have attained to God by taking any of these attitudes, Dasya Bhav, Sakya Bhav, Mathura Bhav, like that, enemy, Shatru Bhav. It is called Shatru Bhave Sadhu. The spiritual practice, taking the mood of God is my enemy. The gopis realized God through lust. Kamsa realized God through fear. Shishupala and other kings through hatred. It could not tolerate the name of Krishna. So hating God. The Brishnis, that means Brishnis, that those who are born in the Brishni clan, and other allies, that means who love Krishna and Krishna's family members, through kinship. And you, Pandava, through affection. You love Krishna, adore Krishna, you attain Krishna out of love. And sages, with Narada and other sages, we have realized him through bhakti. So all these lead to the same conclusion. So the gopis thinking God is my husband. That's why even Vrindavan you go, they say Radhe 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 Radhe. They think that they are the partner of Sri Krishna, Madhura Bhav. Love is the loving arrangement, feeling that they are the wife of Krishna. That thought, intensely that thought, they all change themselves into Krishna consciousness. So the Kamsa with the fear, always fearing Kamsa, that's why, like King Herod, he ordered all the children, whoever is available, below 8 months or 1 month, I forgot that, to kill everyone. By chance, some of the boys may be Krishna then. So cruel. Shishupalo and other kings through hatred, and Brishnis and other allies through kinship, and you Pandavas through affection, and we the sages like Narada through bhakti. O great king, as examples of the above mentioned doctrine, they achieved all this liberation. The example of Bena you mentioned does not come within the 5 forms of relationship possible for men as mentioned above. His was the indifference of a skeptic, and his mind was in no way fixed on the Lord. So, O son of Pandu, this Sisupalo And Dantavaktra, the son of your mother's sisters, were originally the attendants of Mahavishnu in Vaikuntha, who happened to fall from their exalted place by the curse of sages. And they got so intense thinking because they are in previous birth. They were attendants of Lord Krishna, Lord Narayana. So, and become arrogant. That's why arrogance is very bad. After attaining so much grace, they became the doorkeeper of Bhagavan, Narayana, and they fell down to the ground again and born like an enemy. So this is the carefulness one should be. But thinking of God is the main thing. How do you think is not the matter. Think in whatever way you think God as your own day and night, and then God will be. Now Yudhishthira said, verse number 33, who gave this curse and what nature was it that it should affect even the servants of Srihari? Now this is the way elaboration comes. Oh, you said that, oh, they are great sin, realized us, bhaktas of Bhagavan because they went to the heaven and become the guard of Lord Narayana. So what did they do? Why they have to be born in the earth as this demonic person? It is unbelievable that such devotees with a wholehearted devotion to him can ever get involved in the transmigratory cycle. The residents of Vaikuntha have no material body, senses, or pranas. How then would they get embodiment? This requires explanation. So Yudhishthira again putting a question that these people who are so vulgar and so mean, by hating God, they realize God, I understand. But why they are being cast from the heaven to come down in the earth? What did they do? Now this answer is coming. Narada says again, another story. Narada says at the bottom of 210, once the great sages Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara, the sons of Brahma, in the course of their peregrinations, circumambulation, through all the spheres of the universe. So they are four Rishi Kumaras, they are ever free. They're from birth they are awakened people. So they one time made a tour of the whole parikrama to the Tirthas. Happened to go to Vaikuntha and then reached Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is the abode of Bhagavan Krishna, Narayana, the divine realm of Mahavishnu. So they went there. These sages, more ancient than the most ancient, looked like children for 5 or 6 years old. They're so pure, innocent. They are like naked boys, 5, 6 years child. Though they are the ancient than the sages of the sage past, but they are like child. So they were sky clad, absolutely nude. The gatekeepers of the Vaikuntha did not let them in. Vaikuntha, the outside gatekeeper, guard. So no one goes directly to Lord Narayana. So they are standing on the gate. And they didn't allow these poor rishis, these boys, taking them to be mere infant, a child. Why they will go to Lord Vishnu? What business? Get out. 4, 5, 6 years boy want to see the Lord Narayana. So he said, Arey, why? Get out, your children. Why? What will you do with Krishna, Narayana? Angry at this, the sages cursed them. Are you ignoring me, seeing my small boy and I'm naked children like Sishu Sharol? Simple 5 years child, has no attachment to the world, roams around with full knowledge, God, and absolutely identifying themselves with the God consciousness. They cursed him. That you insulted me, so he cursed him. You do not deserve to stay in this realm of Mahavishnu, which is of the pure Sattiko place. It is a Sattva quality place, and you are not fit to stay here. You are devoid of the touch of Raj and the Sattva place where it is no touch of Rajas and Tamas should be here. So you too are not allowing us to go, and you are driving us, insulting us. So you too will soon have downfall and will be born in the species of Asura. You will be born as Asura, Asura, demons. 38. But feeling piety on these attendants, faced with degradation from that exalted place, the sages also gave them a blessing that they would be fit to come back to their original state after 3 births in the lower region. Baba. So very difficult. Even going to such a flight, how to understand that they are holy people, they are Sukha, Sanandan, Sanat Kumar, Sanatana. These are 4 Rishi Kumars. How blessed are they? How the ordinary his Bhishan didn't catch it. So they didn't allow and insulted, and that was the result. The curse. 3 times you'll be born in the ground and you'll be born in the family of the Asura. Asura means demonic character people. No? They both were born as Asuras in the womb of Diti and mother of the Asuras. Diti and Aditi. So Diti and Aditi. Diti's sons are called the Asuras, and Aditi's children are called Suras, Devatas, gods. They're good and they're bad. The elder one was known as Hiranyakashipu, and the younger was named Hiranyaksha. So these two were cast in the heaven, were the guard of Narayana. The elder person is Hiranyakashipu, and younger is Hiranyaksha. Hiranyakshi. His eyes are like golden eyes. They commanded great respect among the greats of Asuras. In the Asuras clan, they are very high top. Hiranyakashipu was killed by the Lord taking the form of man-lion. Prahlada's story. Hiranyakashipu was Asura and he was a king in Asura clan, and from the birth he hated Narayana. So when the Prahlada was born, but he is always calling upon Krishna, 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 Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. So father was compassionate at the very baby. But when they started talking, he started talking about Krishna, Krishna. And then father was very calmly, quietly trying to change. A child does not know, but with compassion he's holding. And then he does not stop. When he's playing Krishna, Krishna, Krishna play. So it became very angry. So he gave it to teachers. So you teach them, let him not utter one word of Narayana name or Krishna name. So it is you have to teach him that Narayana is not powerful. I am the powerful Lord of the universe. Who is God? I am the God, like Herod. I am the Lord of the universe. So this type of idea. So then that story goes on. But teachers also all failed. And then afterwards, one day his father said, "You fool, you say Krishna, Narayana. Where is Narayana? Well, Narayana is everywhere. And then Narayana is everywhere. Narayana in the pillar. And then palace, there is a pillar. And he was Asura, he has strength enough. So he said, I kick your God. And kicked the pillar, and pillar broke down. And there came a half lion, half man, Nara Shingo. Lion, Nara, with a human, Nara Shingo Murti. And then it was said that Hiranyakashipu cannot be killed in the ground, cannot be killed in the air, cannot be killed in the water, cannot be killed in. He has got all the boons. So, how to kill him? So Narasimha put that Hiranyakashipu on his thigh, put the Hiranyakashipu and then pierced and killed him. So that is the story that they got released from the body of Hiranyakashipu. So he says Hiranyakashipu was killed by the Lord, taking the form of the man lion. And Hiranyaksha, when he incarnated himself as the cosmic boar to lift up the earth. In the boar form, God came, avatar, Dasa avatar, one is boar, big boar. He just with the trunk uplifted the earth. That is the story of the Puranic story. Hiranyakashipu perpetrated many atrocities to kill his own son Prahlada. Hiranyakashipu, who happened to be a great devotee of Supreme Being, but he was not able to be able by all these efforts to kill Prahlada when he was established in the perception of Brahman in everything, who had become one with the soul of all beings, who was full of peace and who was permeated by the power of the Lord. So Narada was permeated with Narada, no, the boy Prahlada. His heart was full of peace and joy, and he was always thinking of God, established in the idea of Brahman. Like this, then 43 says, in this their next birth, they were born in the species of Rakshasas as the sons of Visarvas, Keshin, anyhow, we don't know this, under the names of Ravana and Kumbhakarna. So next time they are born again, 3 times. The first time was this way, Hiranya, Aksha and Hiranyakashipu. And this time they are born as Kumbhakarna and Ravana, and became the terror of the world. Born as Rama, then God has to born as Rama in the line of Raghu clan. The Lord destroyed them for effecting their release from the court. The second time they are born again as this powerful Asura, and then Ravana and Kumbhakarna, and the Rama, the Lord himself, born again. That time half lion form first, second time Rama form. O king, you will hear about process of Rama from the sage Markandeya. So Markandeya Rishi will tell you much more about the glory of Rama. These same two have now been born among the Kshatriyas as the son of your mother's sister under the name of Sisupala and Dantavakya. Now third time they are born again. 3 times they have to be born. That was the curse. So of the 4 sages. So this is the third time that this is Sisupala and his brother Dantavakya. Meeting death with Krishna's discuss, they have been purified and freed from the effect of the curse. So Narayana's chakra, this that's what is called that. This,
Sudarshan.
huh?
Sudarshan.
Sudarshan. That weapon. If Krishna puts it on, let it go to that person. As much as you run away, that will run after you till it takes out your head. That's called the Sudarshan chakra. Discuss around this.
Sudarshan, it can see very well.
Sudarshan, yeah. Sanskrit word is very important. Su means it can see, like computer. It is, nowadays cars, automatic cars, they're all satellite cars. Oh, so many cameras here and there. They look here, everywhere. That's why they keep distance, drive way this way, slows down, falls, all these things happen. So here, Sudarshan is, he has the darshan. He can see that weapon can see all direction. You cannot hide. So it will kill. So this is it was killed that way. So meeting death with Krishna, who Shishupala and Dantavakra, freed from the effect of the curse. Concentrating their minds with great intensity on the Lord in the form of inverted hatred on him, they have got dissolved in Achyuta and regained their place by Srihari's side as the attendant. So after going to three births because of their misconduct, see if this is misconduct, what shall we do? With this mistake, so much punishment. Three times they have to be born and fight with so many good people and kill them. Oh, one knows. That's why God's play is very mysterious. So Yudhishthira said, O learned sage, it behoves you to tell me how Hiranyakasipu happened to entertain such intense antagonism to his dear son of great excellence, and how he, Prahlada, came to have deep rooted devotion to the Lord. Now again, Yudhishthira is putting another question to Narada. Now you tell me how this Prahlada was so devotional, how his father was so unkind. So tell about their story. So that will be the second chapter talking about that. So what shall we do? Shall we read any more? Another 5 minutes are there.
No question.
No question also. Okay, 5 minutes we can read a few lines, few verses. Now the second chapter. So they are putting this question to Rishi, says Narada. Narada says here. Hiranyakasipu's, how Hiranyakasipu was, he got angry with God Lord. Narada said, O king, when his brother Hiranyaksha was destroyed by the Lord in his incarnation as cosmic boar, Hiranyakasipu became agitated by both anger and sorrow. Trembling with anger, biting his lips, looking at the smoky sky with his eyes glittering with anger, and his face too terrific to look at owing to its quivering brows, fierce eyes, and awe-inspiring fangs. Hiranyakasipu, with his trident held aloft, said as follows, addressing the Danavas. Danavas means his army. He is the leader of that clan. So he addressed his army, being angry when his brother was killed by the boar incarnation. Hiranyakasipu said, Oh, they are different names, I cannot utter the names. Dimurtha, Traksha, Sambara, these are all generals, many generals under him, powerful people. Oh, Sakuni, oh, Pulamo, hear all with your attention. Oh, Daityas, oh, Danavas, to what I say, and act upon it without delay. My unworthy enemies, the Devas, have brought about the slaughter of my dear and loving brother with the help of Lord Hori, who, though in himself impartial, has become placated and won over by these devas, by their prayers and offerings. So devas and prayers, they prayed many times, and God was very pleased, though it is not proper. I am his devotee more, but he favored them, he placarded them. So you don't listen. He has done these wrong things. Therefore, though he is called the Lord of all, he has a like fickle-minded child abandoned that status by taking side of the favoring those who flatter him. God is the lover of flatterers. In everywhere, we call stava. What is stava? Prayer. Oh Lord, you are this. Oh Lord, you are this. You Lord, you are this. We say. So that's why the Daityas are saying, yes, he is a flatterer. He loves God is impartial, but he loves flattery. When people praise him, and he says, okay, 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 give boon. Huh? So he's subject, he has one weakness, flattery. Besides abandoning his natural luminous nature, he has come to masquerade himself as an animal, a wild boar, following some crooked magical device. How God will come down in a boar form? What type of ugly form is this? And he comes down listening to the flattery of the gods. Huh? My sorrow will no I am not abate until I have offered my dead blood-thirsty brother's liberation. Huh? Until I have offered my dead bloodthirsty brother libation with the abundant blood of Hori's neck pierced with my trident. I'll kill Hori, I'll kill that boar, and that with that blood, I'll put it to my brother who is dead. This is my fire. That means I'll kill. I'll kill the boar form of God, and then I'll be happy. When this Hori, whose trade is deceit, is destroyed, the devas whose life breath is constituted on him, Vishnu, will also perish, like the trees which roots have been cut out. If I kill Krishna, if we kill the boar, the Narayana, then all these gods will be useless. They will run away out of fear. Because Lord is the support of their power. If the Lord is killed, then they will all run away. So I will conquer, I will rule the Asura kingdom. You Asuras, now go to the earth, whose prosperity depends on the proper functioning of the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas. You go and kill all of them and those who perform austerity, sacrifice, vows, Vedic studies, chanting, and charity. So you go down in the earthly plane and all kill all those. Those who are Brahmins performing jagnas, those who are Kshatriyas chanting hymns and other things, Vedic studies, all the noble things there, disturb them, kill them, go. Go, with all your force, you go down into the earth and create this calamity. Vishnu has his roots and his sustenance in the rites and rituals performed by the Brahmanas. When the Brahmins worship oblation, we say, all the gods get the oblation. And to the fire, we say, Swaha, Indave, Swaha. I offer it to Indra. Huh? Saraswati Swaha, or whatever. So we offer through the libation, gods get the food. So destroy these libations, destroy this, what is called the jagnas. Then what will happen? Gods will die automatically, you will have food. So go and try and destroy all these things. He is the institution of sacrifice, Jagna itself. He is the refuge of the celestials, the seers, the mains, and other living beings, and the final goal of the righteous. God is the goal of them. Therefore, wherever Brahmanas perform sacrifices, wherever there are cows, wherever the laws of Varnashrama are observed, go to such villages and towns, set fire to everything you see, and cut down all the trees and destroy all vegetation. Huh? So go and destroy everything what is positive thing. See, so many people's destruction, and God helps them to liberate. No, see. So, so the time is up. As I only two verses of them by reading. Accepting these directives of their master, these asuras were always fond of oppressing others because they are asuras. They are the mean character. That's why they are asuras. Huh? Bad people get very happy with a bad leader. Bad leader, good leader, good people will be happy with them. So they are all also of that nature. When the order comes for distracting the joys of others, and so they got engaged into that happily. Who were always fond of oppressing others began to harry people with their depredation. They started on a campaign of incendiarism, ki jani na. Campaign of setting fire to towns, villages, cowherd settlements, to flower gardens, cultivated lands, orchards, parks, and settlements of rishis, to mines, hamlets of farmers, cowherds, and forest tribes, and even palaces. With pick and spade, they demolished the barns of irrigation tanks, walls, and great cities. Some cut down fruits bearing trees, forming the livelihood of the people. Others set on fire with flaming torches, building inhabitants by men. Distressed repeatedly by these minions of the king of Daityas, the Devas abandoned their heavenly home and wandered incognito on the earth among men. So, being destroyed by this, gods also lost their own places and they came down to the earth and living like a incognito gods were living. So that is the situation started, and that created the birth of Bhagavan Krishna. That story will come. Okay, we end here today. Book 7, chapter 2, 16. 6 to, 7 to 16. Verse 7 to 16. 7 to 16. Okay. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. So we'll have our class on the Seta Upanishad that will start at 7:30 to 8:30. Okay, one question. Hating God is not for ordinary bhaktas, is it not? Shishupal and others had a boon so they can hate God. This is not our problem. we actually don't want to hate God, but then mental state is also not there. But yes, but if anyone hates God, according to formula, the principle, he will be thinking of God more, and thinking of God more will make their mind purer. Whether they know it or not, it will happen. So that is the principle. But we people need not be hateful.
Or maybe whatever you want to do wholeheartedly.
Ah.
Love, hate, whatever.
Hey, if you hate God, hate wholeheartedly. If you love God, love wholeheartedly. Then you can attain to that. Thank you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Jai Ma.